And my colleague Gaurav Sawant, who doesn't speak Tamil but is very, very excited about Ponniyin Selvan, joins me live because he believes, Gaurav, you believe, and I think we both agree, that the Cholas have been largely overlooked despite having an absolute wealth of, potential content, amazing stories to be told about an indigenous, dynasty that flourished in India all those years ago. This is in many ways being seen as a historical wrong being corrected, Gaurav. Courtesy Mani Ratnam, no less.
Shiv, truly, this is something to look forward to, because when you look at history and when you look at popular culture, so we've heard a lot about Jodha Akbar and Akbar Mahan, and some historians even say Aurangzeb was great. Be that as it may, our country is much bigger, our country has a much richer history, our country has a bigger legacy, and perhaps it's only now that some of it is being recognized. The Cholas, for example, when you read about them in history books, perhaps it's only now that many of us would be reading about the vast expanse of the empire, not just within the country, but far beyond India's shores and far longer, than any one particular dynasty that our country may have read about, courtesy a select set of historians. So it's this movie is clearly not about the Mughals versus the Cholas, but it's for a country to know that there were so many more in our country. For example, how many of us know about King Lalitaditya in Kashmir, or the Cholas, or Lachit Borphukan in Assam, and how many of our Bollywood stars have made movies about Lachit Borphukan, who didn't let the Mughals advance, or Maharana Pratap? How many movies have we seen on Maharana Pratap? Thankfully, some on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and now so much more on Cholas, Rajaraja Chola, Rajendra Chola, the vast expanse, the conquering of territory, the trade that went all the way up to South China. So all of this is something that we are really looking forward to know so much more about our history through popular culture.
And you're absolutely right, Gaurav. This is not about not doing Mughal films, because the Mughal Empire also, had a wealth of stories to be told, and, a lot of justice has been done to the, through films that are set during the Mughal Empire. I don't think anyone is faulting that. But the point you make is an important one. The Cholas have been largely overlooked. For a dynasty that was of older vintage, that was from here in India, that in many ways was greater in certain aspects. It's a little odd in our modern times that so many people wonder, why were we not taught as much about the Cholas? Why don't we have more movies about the Cholas? When I teased this show earlier right now, Gaurav, someone was telling me the Ponniyin Selvan story would make a fabulous, Game of Thrones style web series as well. So it's not about one versus the other, but why not the Cholas? There's no good reason for it, Gaurav.
You're absolutely right. Why not the Cholas? Why not learn about how our culture, our religion, that was spread far beyond our shores, to Sri Lanka, to Maldives, to Malay Peninsula, to Sumatra, how trade was carried out all the way to South China, how we were a very strong seafaring nation. And Shiv, you and I, since we spend so much time, looking at the importance of command over sea for power and power projection, it's as true today as it was from the times of the early Cholas, the middle Cholas, and it's so important for all of this to come out in popular culture. Yes, some historians may know about it, history students like you and I may know about it, but it is for popular culture, for the nation to know about this. The Cholas, for example, Lachit Borphukan, for example, in Assam, or Maharana Pratap, for someone who never accepted invaders in our country. So, and the self-respect, that's as true and as important as it was then as it is now. So it's something that needs to be spread through popular culture, Shiv.